It's Testimony Tuesday.
Hello, Penticton Vineyard. It's Mike, my friend Sandra, our friend Sandra. It is Testimony Tuesday, episode 6. This has been a great time of just hearing about what God is doing in our community, and it's been so encouraging. And so this afternoon, Sandra is here to share what God's been doing. So let's hear, what has God been doing in your life?
All right. So from the beginning of the pandemic, I just really felt that God wanted us to go about blessing people. It was pretty dark times, especially, I mean, it still is, but at the beginning, it just was so bleak. And so I felt God asking us to give a gift to a family every weekend or an individual.
Oh, cool.
We've missed a few, I think about 5, and been doing it since March of last year sometime.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so it's, what God's been showing me in that is that though it might seem small to me, it reaches people, it's bigger than me. A lot of what we're doing, and a lot of what I'm telling my kids lately is that the actions that we're doing, it's not about me. It's about who we're reaching, how we're reaching them, and the love we show them. And sometimes, to go with that is perseverance. Sometimes I just want to stay home or just can't think of anything creative or whatever to give. But I just know that this is what I'm called to. And so other than we were camping one weekend or at a funeral, a couple times we didn't. Yeah. But for the most part, and one I completely forgot actually, but for the most part, we have done something every weekend. It can be baking.
That's cool.
A plant, some sort of craft, a hand scrub.
Well, this is what I was going to ask you. How do you decide what you're going to give to somebody?
Just kind of whatever comes to mind. We've done some repeats of what we've given.
Okay.
So baking, apple turnovers, cookies that we decorated.
Okay.
Those were time consuming.
And then the next question is, how do you choose who receives?
Just whoever God puts on my mind for that weekend. And I'm really trying not to double.
Yeah.
So sometimes, we're at the point, okay, who are we going to give it to this weekend that we know where they live, or that what we've come up with as a gift is appropriate, whether it's for a family or individual. Yeah.
And have you seen your kids engage with this more? Or is it just been you dragging them along? And often we get to do that with teenagers.
It's just something that is expected right now, and it just, I don't know, I think for some of it, I'm the one coming up a lot with the ideas. Yeah. But they do engage on some. They help me make it, or help hand it out. Yeah.
Wow. And that's awesome to see how you are intentionally going, hey guys, let's look beyond our bubble. Let's look beyond just our family, because there's other people in the midst of this that are needing an expression of the love of God, whether it is baking a plant, kindness, whatever it is. And that's awesome that you're teaching your kids that.
And they're just small gifts for the most part. We've done a couple where it's been like a movie night package, or for a family it's been a little bit bigger once in a while. But it's the little acts of showing that they're thought of, and bringing a little bit of sunshine to people. And I can tell it really is going a long ways with some people. And that's just, God really telling me. And almost the exact words that I've been hearing from him is, it's not about me. It's about more than me. And
it's about sharing Jesus. I like that. That's cool. Yeah. And so on your part, how much of a risk has it been? And how has that played out in your life and faith and being able to lead your kids in it?
In some ways it's not much of a risk. In some ways at the beginning, I was kind of almost questioning, because we're going out and spending money when we don't know what's going to be happening with us.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Some of the gifts have been, like I said, a little bigger, and so they do take some finances.
Yeah.
And so there was that risk. What I've seen in this year, I feel that God has been blessing us for the faithfulness in doing this.
I just love hearing the rhythms of generosity, or the rhythms, this is what our family is going to be about. And it is difficult to get, especially teenagers, sometimes motivated and pushed in that direction. And I just love hearing that you and Josh are driving this train and establishing those things in your kids. That's awesome. It's such good values to do.
Yeah. Sometimes I make them go and hand them out. They don't always want to go. They don't like going to, strangers' houses or older people that they don't necessarily know. They have the commonality with kids sometimes, but so they're not as eager. But we push them sometimes, and other times we'll hand them out. So everybody has taken part in that.
What would be your encouragement to those who are watching, to those who have been stirred to go, you know what, I've been wanting to do something like that, I've been wanting to go, and there's been any reason why they haven't? What would be your encouragement to our body?
Well, there's actually a song that comes to mind, and I can't remember who sings it, but it's called All In, and just talking about how we stand on the edge, and we're waiting, and you get comfortable where you are, but when you take the risk and you jump, then really you're gonna fly. And it's a song that I listen to often, so look it up, All In. And you just so it is a risk. I know when I go and I do things, especially when it does come to finances, I pray through it, and then I just I believe that if I'm stepping forth believing I'm doing the will of God, He's not going to punish me for it. I'm not going to.
No, punishment.
You're not taking a risk in that way. That God will bless me in some way, whether it's financial or growth in myself or relationships or that taking that step of faith in going to somebody's house and saying, hey, you can't go right now, but calling them up and saying, hey, I've been thinking about you, and I'd like to pray for you. And yes, it's a risk, but you're taking that leap, and maybe either your relationship with them will go deeper, their relationship with God will go deeper, or your relationship with God will go deeper. In some way, something's going to happen.
Amen.
So,
that's a good word.
Yeah.
It's a good word. Well, community, family, friends, Sandra, Josh, the Isted family, they're just reaching out into our community and beyond, and we encourage you to follow suit. Let's step into what God is inviting us to do. This has been episode 6, Testimony Tuesday. If you have a testimony, if God's doing something, done something, stirring your heart, we would love to hear it and share it with our community. Go check it out on the website. You can sign up or reach us in the office. Until next week, have a great afternoon. We'll see you then.